Tov, good morning. We continue with a 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking at the first Mishnah in Rosh Hashanah. The Mishnah continues. Be'echad be'Tishrei, the first of Tishrei, Rosh Hashanah, Lashanim. It's the Rosh Hashanah for years. That we have a concept of, and we'll look at it a little bit more carefully going forward. V'leshmitin, v'layovlos, for all the Shmitas and the Yovels. That means we are forbidden to work our fields in the Shemitah year, in the 7th year. And how do you know when the 7th year is? The 7th year is defined as Rosh Chodesh Tishrei. As soon as Rosh Chodesh Tishrei comes along, and you've counted from 6 years before, this is the Shemitah year. And when you figure out the Yovel years, the Jubilee year, right, the 50th year, also it is established based on Rosh Chodesh Tishrei. That is the new Shemitah year and all the rules. So as soon as the day of Rosh Hashanah comes, as soon as the day of Echad B'Tishrei arrives, you're forbidden to work the fields and etc. Okay. Also, Linatia V'Lirakot, for planting and for vegetables. What do we mean by Linatia V'Lirakot? So the Gemara, Rashi explains, Lirakot the Maser Yerek. This refers to the tithing of the vegetables. Just like we mentioned yesterday, you can only tithe animals that are within the same year, and you can't cross them to the next year. That's to divide up, your flock that way for all these purposes. So the same thing when it comes to the rules of giving tithes from your fruit. So let's say you're harvesting, it seems. Okay, I don't want to get into the details of this without more care, but whatever meets the criteria for being for obligation in Maser, and before Rosh Hashanah stays together, and whichever meets the criteria afterwards stays together as well. Okay, what do I mean by Linatia? So that is the rules. Right, that's the rules of Orla, right? The rule of Orla is that I plant a tree and then I have to wait a number of years before I can take its fruits. So how do I know what year it is for the planting? It doesn't go from the day I planted the tree in the ground. It has to do with also Rosh Hashanah has to do with Rosh Chodesh Tishrei. That's when the new year for Orla applies, and so if I planted therefore in the end of Elul, as soon as it comes Tishrei, it's already the 2nd year for that tree for these purposes. All right, so these are some details that that are applied to the agricultural mitzvot that we have, and the obligations to give. We'll spend more time tomorrow talking about that Mishnah, which seems to be pretty straightforward, is the Rosh Hashanah for years. What exactly are we talking about? Wishing you all a good day.